So I want to talk about the Demon Slayer movie, but I also want to talk about some drama that happened in an Arizona showing of the Demon Slayer movie, and everybody's heard of it by now. I'm very late to the party on this one, but I still really want to talk about it because it's a weird story. So, first things first, the movie itself. It was a banger. It was a good movie. I didn't have high hopes going into it because recently there's been a trend of showing like the last bit of one season and then giving you the appetizer for the next season. And it's not very filling, if I'm being honest. They did it with Mugen Train. Even more recently, Don Don had a movie. They did the same thing. They're good. You get something that you've been wanting for a while, a new season of something or more of the anime. And I can appreciate that, but I feel like I'm just getting a little tiny smidge of what it's gonna be, and I don't really enjoy that. I'd rather a whole arc be a movie, or honestly, I'd rather even do what some animes do and just do a random movie that's really not canon at that point. It's just a story in its own. But enough of that. This movie was not that. It gave you a tiny little bit of what happened last, like maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't even remember. It went by very fast just to, refresh you on that last little bit. And then hopped into the movie. And from there, it was rolling. Like, obviously it's a Demon Slayer movie. You're going to have action. You're going to see all the breathing styles and a bunch of fights. And there's also a lot of backstory, which I know some people don't like that. I can complain. I complain about it a little bit when it's like you're just getting into an anime and they're giving you backstories on everybody. But this it was refreshing. I liked the backstories. I liked the characters that were shown in these backstories. So the flashbacks and the backstories of these things were very nice and didn't take away from the movie. I feel like if you're mad about that, you're going in only for the action, and at that point, like, do you really like the Demon Slayer story? It's a what I mean. Most people say a generic story, which it's pretty simple, but doesn't take away that it's still a good story and wants to tell it. So, anyways, you get a lot of good fights. You have Doma versus what's her name, the insect Hashira, and you have Zenitsu versus another demon. I don't want to spoil everything in case somebody hasn't watched it. And then you get Upper Moon 3 versus Tanjiro and Giyu. So there's a lot of each of the fights, each of the three like main fights that they show in the story have a lot of meaning to the characters, and that's also very like very nice to see, and very feels like the fights have more at stake, even though some don't go as well as you'd hope. But if you haven't watched the movie, I'm not going to spoil it. What I really want to talk about is what happened at the Arizona showing. So I'll pull it up right now. All right. This man right here, Limel Hull, was arrested and booked on charges of indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, criminal damage, and refusing to provide a truthful name. The man took a video of the incident. Hull stood up, unzipped his pants, and started peeing. Then Hull sat down like nothing happened. The man tells Arizona family at that AMC was very accommodating and gave everyone a refund, the opportunity to continue the film in a different theater, and free snacks. So I mean that was very nice of the theater to do, because this incident did kind of put some stuff to a halt and make people not watch the Demon Slayer fights. This looks like a man that might pee on somebody. He ended up peeing on. If I can find it here, no, I'll find it in the other one. Okay, yeah, right here. Officers responded to a call at a disturbance at AMC, price point 14 Lounge. Where is it? I can't find it, but there was claims that he peed on a young girl, a kid. So he was peeing on a child, and then that's where this happens.
chaos at the movies in
So that was the dad standing up and beating his ass. So I understand needing to go pee watching a long movie or watching any movie, you know, like even while I was watching the Demon Slayer movie, by the end of it I had to really pee. Um I couldn't imagine standing up and pissing on the person directly in front of me, but I guess this guy really needed to go. So at that point, I'd rather just piss in my seat, just let it flow down, you know, hopefully no one catches you, and then you can just kind of have the embarrassment of, I peed myself at a theater, instead of, I peed on a young girl at the theater and then her dad beat my ass. So they're just enjoying a nice movie, and then all that happens. I think I think the dad was definitely in the right there. I imagine if anybody's kid got peed on, you'd want to beat their ass. And I can only imagine the kind of strength he was hitting with. You're 1 minute you're watching a Demon Slayer movie where all this crazy action is happening, and when I was watching, I was like, I was fucking ready to fight. And then someone gives you a reason to fight, so you just, beat their ass. And I enjoy a good I enjoy when someone gets what they deserve, and I think if it's true that he peed on a young girl, I don't remember if it said she was 13 or whatnot, then that was definitely a reason to beat his ass. And yeah, I just wanted to share that little bit with you. See ya.